for us, any of us 30 years from now, whatever it may be. But he's just the right kind of guy, a guy that I have so much respect for. I appreciate him giving me the opportunity, being an older vet in this league. Not everybody believes in you and gives you opportunity. Most people kind of write you off thinking like, fizzle out stuff. So I just appreciate the opportunity. I wish I could have, won some games for him and, we keep playing this week, but, it just is what it is, you try your hardest, you sign your work and leave it all on the field, and I did that, but just wish I could have did a little more.
Will the change at all affect maybe your decision on deciding to play or maybe even come back to play with the Falcons?
Yeah. I feel like, I'm going to go through my process, but I'm leaning towards playing again. There's no guarantees once I go through that process. But, the way I feel right now, my body and stuff, I feel like if we were playing this week in the playoff game, I'd be dominant and feel really good. And so, I'm sure I'm going to feel good in a few weeks once, kind of just, no more football in my body for a little bit. And so I don't see myself like, just wanting to walk away. But, I'm not opposed to it either, though. There's a part of me thinking like, could this game have been good enough to be the last one? You hate losing, going out like that. But I also still feel like, if it was my last game, it was a game I could, feel good about walking away on. But I still love the game, and I'm still, still healthy. So, and I think I can still be dominant at it. So we'll see what happens. I think right now, as far as like my future, where I'll be and stuff, I just got to go through the process. When everything's changing, you just see what stays the same. I don't know what's going to happen with the defensive coaches. They're under contract. I think part of that's going to be on, who they, replace Art with. But when all that kind of shakes out and everything kind of comes together, then I'll figure out what it is. But everything will be, decided by the time, I'll make a decision. So, nothing I'm doing is going to be until, March, most likely. So, all this will be clear by then.
Were you shocked or surprised after, to find out that he was let go? Did you kind of have an inkling maybe after the game or a plane like that? Or?
I've been around the game a long time, so, I knew it was a possibility. But I was hopeful that it didn't happen. I really, a lot of respect for, Coach Smith. He's such a good guy. And I think he actually is a phenomenal coach, And just from the leadership standpoint, and getting guys prepared and making sure, just establishing that, standard of excellence from preparation, from top, and trickling down. I think he did a really good job. Just sucks because, we don't win enough ball games to keep his job, but I think he's a really good coach. And so, I think he'll be a head coach in this league again. The way things go. But, you never know. But he is, a guy that, I was rooting for. So when it happened, I wouldn't say shocked, but, kind of felt like I let him down.
This business, what advice would you give to some of these young guys who are going to deal with a whole, winter of uncertainty here as they figure out the new coach and where they fit in and all that stuff?
Ain't much you can do, prepare, take a little time off. But advice is just come back and be in the best shape you could be in. Be ready to go. Guys who are under contract and they're going to be here for sure. You still building something here. Still have a culture and a way of doing things that's been here for a while. And just kind of build on the good and whatever new coach brings. Embrace it. But at the time now, it's just prepare and I tell guys all the time, study yourselves. Figure out, say some other guys that, they're all pros at their position, see, how they can improve. And then, but as far as the coach goes, there's not really much you can do. Just kind of wait till all the dust settles.
I think with it being an official offseason now for a team that won't be as emotionally taxing for him because I know it's like offseason training now, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's tough, man. It's tough not being on the field, not being in a position to where I could help the team. That's my first time going through that, and I just want to make myself strong enough to where hopefully I don't have to go through that again. But I know going through this is something that I can overcome. I'm going to overcome and continue to get better.
Why do you think it didn't work? I know you were kind of up from afar for half the season and then was in it the first half. Why didn't it work? Why are we seeing it?
As far as it worked.
With Arthur,
there's so many things that go into it, so many different, variables and things like that, and I don't think it's just one thing. But I could tell you, everybody involved did their best, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get us where we want to be in the postseason. But I think no man fell short of giving his best every day, and like you say, it's a business that we're in, and it is what it is.
Yeah, the defense made strides this year. What are some of the things y'all could build on from this year? Of course, with you making your way back.
Yeah, I think you said it, man. Definitely made some strides. So just continue to grow, continue to get better, and continue to add pieces. Myself getting back healthy and stuff like that, and getting back on the field, I think is gonna be big. And just take the things we learned from this year, and everybody having it's a time where you don't know how everything's gonna go. So we just gotta, however it go, but be ready to go.
Would you like to see Nielsen come back with a new coach? Would you like to see him brought back as a defensive coordinator?
I've been extremely clear in my opinion on Coach Nielsen. And he's been one of the best coaches I had as a defensive lineman and as a just defensive line specialist. Being able to work with him at this level, especially going into year 10, still being able to learn certain things and play things a certain way through the things that he taught me. I'm always very, very grateful, for that. So he did a great job, turning his defense around, and however it go, I think he the type to be ready for however it goes. So however it go, we're gonna be ready.
Will you pay any attention to the head coaching search, or do you just say,
I'm almost like especially with things like this, like it's almost, it's inevitable that you do pay attention, names that they throw out there, however it may be. But at the end of the day, the organization always gonna do what they think is best for them, So so I'm watching it just like you guys. It's like almost like a little bit of entertainment, I guess. What can I do, But watching, be tuned in, and just be ready to watch. See what's the next move.
Have they ever solicited the opinion of veteran players like you, or maybe not to say do you like this guy or not, but just to get some feedback on what you might be looking for? Do they ever come to you?
I don't. Those decisions are made in the rooms that most times players in this position not in, and so I don't know how much weight or input that I would have or another player would have. There've been times where you ask player stuff and then the player not here. So you don't. Everybody in a transition kind of period, you don't really know what to do. So you just gotta make sure you got your business right. Be ready to show up to work whenever they call you. Hopefully they. Those decisions ain't really. It's always the players.
But this will be the third coach under you guys. So the third time since you've been here, at least third head coach. So what qualities would you like to see in a head coach?
What qualities? It really ain't up to me to in all reality. But I would, obviously, want somebody who's a good leader, good at what they do, and I'm sure that they're going to pull a name for whoever they think is the best to get the job done. And there's a million ways to skin a cat, So at the end of the day, if you gotta get somebody to get something done one way, and this way might be different. There's not really a right way. There's not really a right answer, And but I know we want to win, around here. Want to be in the postseason. We want to play for championships. And at the end of the day, however that look, that's what we want to get done. And I'm excited for what's to come.
My reaction, I was kind of, it was unfortunate. Art's been a great guy for me since I've been here. So, wish him the best, and hope he falls forward.
What was we heard that Arthur Smith talked to you guys this morning. Actually, just what was kind of his overall last message to you guys?
He just was grateful for the opportunity. Got a chance to work with some special people, and obviously we envisioned this going a different way. But, he just took accountability for how everything played out.
I believe you only had a one-year deal.
Yeah.
So what's kind of next for you? What are you hoping for when it comes to your career?
I've had a great time in Atlanta, so just, talk to the front office and see my options and see where it goes.
What was your level of surprise after you heard that Arthur Smith had been let go?
I was pretty surprised, just reading some of the things that I read online about how things were going to end up. But I think it's a business, so you can never be too surprised by how things play out. And like I said, just wishing the best for him.
I know you have your own things to worry about, your contract, et cetera, but how locked in are you going to be to the head coaching search?
Obviously, going to have my eyes on it, be in tune with what's going on, and just, hope for the best, really.
Is there a point where like the players maybe take on some of the guilt when a head coach gets let go?
I think we're all committed to whatever goal we set beginning of the year. We're all committed to that goal. So when things don't go as planned, obviously head coach takes accountability, but I think every single player on the roster takes accountability as well because we all play a part in this.
What do you look for when it comes to a head coach? I know obviously you're not in there making a decision, but what do you think makes a good head coach?
I think as a player, you just want to have a head coach that has your back and supports you and just wants the best for the team as well.
No, man. Go home and wait to hear the news if there is any.
Were you surprised by the decision?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I'm not involved in the front office or anything like that, so I don't know how they make decisions and stuff or what their processes are. So I'm just bummed to hear the news.
Will you be unplugged, or will you be on your phone seeing who the candidates are and looking people up and doing all that?
Oh, I'm probably going back to my hobbit hole. I'll be in the woods where I belong.
That's in Montana.
No, Washington State. Yeah.
What was the message last night, I guess, before you guys got on the plane, came back here and everything?
A lot of the same. Not how we want it to end. Appreciate you guys and see what happens.
And you said you guys met this morning?
Yeah.
As well?
Yeah,
What
briefly.
was that- How different was that message?
I mean, a lot of the same. We all appreciate him and he appreciate us and wish everybody the best.
What's it like as players knowing that this happened, right? You guys didn't win enough games and all those kinds of things. How much of, I guess, not responsibility, but what are the feelings like as a player knowing that this happened?
Well, it sucks. It's always hard to see a coach you appreciate and respect go. So it's not fun.
Yeah, it was kind of like, whoa, like damn, like that sucks. The guy that brought us both in there and just kind of he's not gonna be here anymore. It's kind of like, well, it's kind of, especially it's new to me. Never kind of had coach leave or anything like that, but I love Coach Smith. I'm thankful for him. Like I said, he brought me in here, brought me to the league, so I'm always going to be grateful for him. He's a great guy. He's helped me a lot throughout this whole season.
What was it like listening to him and his message to you guys just this morning?
I mean, yeah, it was tough. He just kind of said, I'm not going to be here anymore, and I started thinking, like I said, dang, I really appreciate this guy. He's helped me out a lot, and like I said, he brought me in here, so I always kind of have a special place in my heart for Coach Smith because, like I said, he's the guy who introduced me to the NFL.
When there are new coaches, there are also coaching changes with coordinators. Would you like to see Ryan Nielsen stay with the new
Yeah,
head
of
coach?
course. Similar to Coach Smith, Coach Nielsen, the one who brought me in, I've been with him every day, every step of the process. So, having him back, and like I said, he's taught me a whole lot. He's turned me into a really good player just this year. So I'd love to, run it back with him, of course.
When a coach is let go, do the players ever get together and kind of feel like blame themselves a little bit when the coach takes a loss like that? I mean, what's it?
Honestly, I haven't really reflected like that very much, but we're the ones between the white lines, so we definitely have a part to play in the decision that was made. It kind of sucks that we weren't able to do what we were planning to do at the beginning of the season, make the playoffs and go on a run, but that's just kind of how things roll.
Can you tell us a little more about the meeting this morning, kind of like the vibe that everyone had at this meeting? I'm sure it was somber.
We all most of us probably already knew before going to the meeting, but just kind of having the chance for him to get up there and just address us and, tell us the last couple of things he wanted to say before he left. And, it kind of meant a lot to me, that he stood up there and looked us all in the eye and told us, some things.
What was it about Art that you appreciated just as a player and coach relationship?
I appreciate just the energy he brings to the building. He's a good coach. He's a good motivator and a good leader, and he's always kept it 100. So you always knew where you stood with him. That's something that I appreciate as a man. You know where you stand with him at all times, and he's always gonna have your back. That's something that I've learned, and a couple guys who've been with him on the team have learned that he's a guy who's gonna have your back, and he stands on his word. So I appreciate that a lot out of him.
What qualities would you like to see in a new head coach? Like, what do you look for? What makes a good coach?
Really similar things. Just bringing a good energy to the building. Just like I said, accountability, holding guys accountable, pushing guys. Just a guy who wants to win. Really, a guy who just wants to win. That's what we all want to do.
What's your off season look like?
Honestly, I haven't thought that far ahead. I went home, went to Clark's, went to sleep, woke up, came here. So I haven't thought that much of that. But I'm definitely gonna go. Kind of get away a little bit. It's been a long season, long year. Kind of clear my mind, reset, and then get back to it and get to work.
Is this the first time it's hit you as a business? Is this your first time?
No. I learned that pretty early. First couple of weeks, you see guys come and go. You're like, all right, well, we're not in college anymore. This is a business. So
It definitely sucks, but I mean, it's the NFL, so you really can't. You control what you can control.
Are there any players or guys that you hope to see back next year? That maybe
I mean, selfishly, I want to see everybody back. You know, I love the locker room, and I really feel like we got a bunch of great guys, a lot of good vets who have helped me, but they really didn't have to. It's not in their job description to help the rookie out, but, you know, they all did. They all went out of their way to do things to help me and, you know, kind of help me along with this process. So I appreciate all the guys in this locker room and as many of them back as possible.
Zach, how close do you feel like this team is to doing something really special?
I think we're real close, like really close, you know. And, you know, we talk about it all the time now. Like we're right there, you know. We just got to get over that hump. We got, look at our roster, we're really loaded. So, I mean, you just kind of, you got to go out there and do it. You know, talk is one thing, rosters look how they look. We just got to go out there and win games.